When two become three, or four, or more. Marriage. That's sweet honeymoon season. You're eating out whenever you want, binge-watching shows till 2 a.m., sleeping in on Saturdays, and arguing about important things like what color to paint the bedroom wall. Life is smooth. You're in love. You have freedom. And then, boom, the family expands. The stick turns pink. A baby enters the world. And suddenly, life as you knew it packs its bags and takes the next flight to never coming back. They say kids change everything. What they don't say is just how much everything really means. Let's take a walk through this little roller coaster. The joy. First, let's start on a high note. Because yes, it is joy. There's nothing like holding your child for the first time. You look at them and think, wow, I created this tiny human. They're perfect. Your heart expands in ways you didn't think possible. Suddenly, you have a reason to live bigger than yourself. A reason to work harder, dream more, and love deeper. But that's just the highlight reel. What Instagram doesn't show you is what comes next. Sleeplessness. Here's the thing, sleep is not something you give up willingly. It is stolen from you. Violently. Repeatedly. For months. You used to binge Netflix. Now you binge staring at the baby monitor hoping your child stays asleep for more than 20 minutes. You used to complain about waking up at 7 for work. Now you would pay good money to sleep in until 7. And let's not even get started on the new alarm clock. No snooze button. No off switch. Just a tiny dictator screaming at 3 a.m. because they dropped their pacifier or decided they're hungry again. Sleep deprivation becomes your new personality. You find yourself putting milk in the pantry and cereal in the fridge. You try to brush your teeth with diaper cream. You forget your own name. The struggles. Remember those spontaneous date nights? Yeah, say goodbye. Going out now requires NASA-level planning. Babysitters, nap schedules, diaper bags that weigh more than a small car. And just when you finally get out the door, the baby spits up all over your outfit. Budgets and finances? Oh, those change too. You thought weddings were expensive? Try raising a child. Formula, diapers, doctor visits, birthday parties, tiny shoes they outgrow in 2 weeks. You used to spend money on vacations. Now it's all spent at pharmacies and toy stores. And let's be real, romance takes a hit. Nothing kills the mood like a baby crying, right when things are getting interesting. The humor. But in the chaos, there's comedy. Parenthood is the greatest sitcom you'll ever star in. You once cared about fashion. Now you're just proud if your shirt is free of spit up. You once cooked elaborate meals. Now you consider microwaving chicken nuggets a culinary masterpiece. You once went to the gym. Now your workout is carrying a car seat, stroller, diaper bag, and toddler, all at once, uphill, in the rain. And conversations with your partner change too. You used to whisper sweet nothings. Now it's, did you pack the wipes? Whose turn is it to do the 2 a.m. feeding? Honey, is this stained chocolate or something else? The growth. But here's the thing. Even in the exhaustion, the mess, and the chaos, you grow. You learn patience like never before. You learn teamwork, because parenting is not a solo sport. You learn sacrifice, because suddenly it's not about you anymore. And yes, you learn to laugh, because if you don't laugh, you'll cry. And if you're already crying, you might as well laugh while you're at it. The truth nobody tells you. Here's a secret. You never really figure it out. Parenthood is improvisation with a side of panic. But you do discover that love can survive on very little sleep and very little sanity. Your relationship shifts. It becomes less about butterflies and more about battlefields. Less about candlelit dinners and more about tag-teaming diaper duty. Less about me and you and more about us and them. And somehow, it works. Because through the chaos, you look at each other and realize, this is our family. Our mess, our miracle, our joy. Full circle. So yes, life changes when you start a family. You'll be more tired than you've ever been. You'll argue over ridiculous things, like the proper way to swaddle. You'll give up things you once thought you couldn't live without. But you'll also laugh harder than ever. You'll cry tears you didn't know you had. You'll look at those little faces and know, every sleepless night, every dirty diaper, every chaotic day was worth it. Because in the end, parenting is the strange mix of comedy, tragedy, and romance. It's the hardest job you'll ever love. And it turns out, you wouldn't trade it for the world. So here's to the couples brave enough to trade freedom for family. To the parents running on coffee and chaos. To the marriages learning to laugh at the mess. Life will never be the same. And honestly, that's the best part.